Guys, to Manitoba Bushcrafting and Reviews. Today we're going to do a comparison between the klymit insulated static V Lite, which was my old pad that I've used for the last 4 years. Well, I've used other cheap pads, but this is the air mattress that I used for the last 4 years. And here's the one that I upgraded to, which is the exped synmat 9 in medium. Okay, so these two mattresses are deflated, and I wanted to do it this way just to show you the width and the length of them deflated. So we got the static V Lite here, and that is wider and longer. I was even shocked until I set them next to each other. I didn't realize how much of a difference there is. So we got at least 6 inches or so on the top of this, and a few on the width. So I didn't realize this, even though I slept on this the other night and the night before. I didn't even notice that it was this short compared to the old pad that I had. One of the differences that I've noticed, and I actually really like, even though I dislike the pump system on that, it is still better than fiddling with this nozzle on this. It's weird to turn it and lock it. Sometimes it doesn't lock and just spins. So, and you get really lightheaded, even though it's only 15 breaths to fill it up. I don't know if it's just me, but I get super lightheaded when I try and fill this pad up. So I did have to replace this valve on here once. They sent it to me, and then they sent instructions on how to replace it. So that's really nice of klymit to guide me through that process, which a lot of companies don't even answer your emails nowadays. So I do have to give them props for that. It's got the V-style baffles on the klymit, and it actually outperforms its temperature rating. Because I pushed this pad way into the low -20s, all the way into the -30s, and it impressed me on how much it actually kept me warm. Yes, there was cold spots. Yes, there was nights where I was freezing on this pad, but it overshot its temperature rating by a lot. And that is because of these baffles. My down sleeping bag fills those baffles with, or the spaces between it with down, creating more insulation and pushing the bag further down into sub-zero temperatures. So I did a review on this pad. I'm very impressed with it. It was totally worth the $150 or so that I paid for it 4 years ago. I got my money's worth out of it, and it's still going. It's not out of commission. I'm giving this to my wife, so she has a nice comfortable air mattress to stick on her closed cell foam pad for summertime, because she's not she likes camping, just not in winter and stuff like that when it's really cold. So that'll do her just fine for in the summer. 4.4 R value is definitely enough for summer, and she has the exact same sleeping bag that I do, which is a Teton Sports -10 Fahrenheit or -23 Celsius sleeping bag. So the down will fill those the space in between those baffles and provide extra heat for her. Now moving on to the new pad. The only thing that is bigger on this pad is the thickness. That is, the klymit's extremely thin and light, and this is thick. You can feel the insulation in it when you squeeze it. And then it's got this big old bulky hand pump. Right now it's deflated, so the pump's also deflated. But I'm going to show you these pads fully inflated now. Go and take a look at the valve on this. It is a flat valve, so they're less susceptible to wearing out and not sealing. There is a small valve right here, and that's to reflow the air back from the pad into the pump so that baffle's not deflated. And over time, yeah, I don't know if it's gonna hold us like hold the air in the pad. You might wear that out, and if you do wear that out, then I think the pad's pretty much done its life cycle. So yeah, we're gonna get these pumped up. While I'm pumping this up, I just wanted to maybe show you, when you put your hand over this hole and press down to push the air into there, sometimes the air just shoots out and through your fingers, and you can't get a perfect seal with the palm of your hand on there. And that is annoying, especially in the cold when this foam doesn't want to fully puff up. It makes it really hard to push air into there. You get like very, very short pushes because the foam's not full. And that is extremely annoying. And yeah. You do get used to pumping it up this way. Now that I've done it several times, it's not too bad. But I still think they should have, well, they do include the schnozzle pump sack in the version of this that's called the synmat 9XP. So I would recommend that over this. So neither of these pads are zero effort to fill. That one you have to work with your hands. This one is obviously blowing it up. Both make you a little bit tuckered after you're done. Something I noticed, the klymit, when it's blown up, is shorter than the exped pad. That is odd, isn't it? This one was like 6 inches shorter before, and somehow expanded to be longer than the klymit. So, that is odd. Thickness wise, I know this one's 3.5 inches and this one's 2.5. So, but I'll just try and get a camera angle of this. So that's how much space you got off the ground, and that's how much space you got with that one, or distance from you in the ground. This one, my hip would always dig into it when I was on my side. I don't know if it's just me, but this one, unless I was sitting up on it, it didn't really bottom out. So, this one retails, I do believe it's on sale right now for 140 Canadian dollars, the klymit on this side. And this one is $199 plus tax, sitting somewhere around $240, depending on what site you get it off of. Both of these pads have been around for a long time, and yeah, probably year-end sales, you can get a good deal on them. As I said, I'm giving this one to my wife. And this one, I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep it. It's not rated as low as I wanted, because I do want to camp in like -30, or just have that safety net that if it hits -30 and I'm out, I'm not going to freeze. But I settled for this one, like I did when I got that one. I settled for that one. And yeah, for an extra $100, I could have got the down mat HL winter tapered sleeping mat by exped, or the Thermarest Neo Air X Therm. Both of them came into stock right after I bought this one. But this is a -25 pad, and I pushed it the other day in -28. The only reason I think I got cold was because of the moisture from condensation in my tent on the pad, making the top of the pad cold and making me cold. I don't think it was conduction. I'm pretty sure this pad could handle going to -30, especially with my sleeping bag setup. I got 2 bags set up, so now for cleanliness, and some people don't mind their sleeping pads getting dirty and stuff like that, but it just looks nice to have nice clean gear. This one, I've laid it in the dirt, I've laid it in the snow, haven't been nice to have spilt things on it, and it's like a plasticky material, so that the grind just wipes right off. This one has a more fibery kind of feel to it, kind of fuzzy almost. And I can tell already, dirt and spills and stuff like that is just going to stain it real bad, and it's going to look ugly by the time it's well used. So if that's something that is important to you, maybe I wouldn't go with this pad because it's really fibery. I can tell dirt's just going to stick to it like crazy, even already. It's been used twice, and you can see staining there, and this is nowhere near as fuzzy feeling as the other side. So if the other side got moisture on it, it's going to leave stains. This one does have stains, but I know for a fact if I went with a damp cloth and wiped it off, it would wipe off perfectly fine, because there's no, it's a plastic. It feels like a plastic. It's not actually a plastic, but it feels like a plastic. So last thing I'm going to do is roll them up and show you the size of them rolled up, just so you guys can gauge what would be better for your pack. I realize these pads are not comparable because they're completely different in every single way, especially in the insulation department, but I'm going to show you anyway. So that is them both rolled up. I would say this one takes longer to deflate and roll up than this one. Sorry for the shaky camera. One other thing I wanted to mention is that the klymit insulated static V lite would be more susceptible to mold, because you're actually putting moisture in your breath into that one, whereas this one you're not. So that's about the size of them. Both rolled up is maybe not as tight as they can get, but pretty close. So that's pretty much the video, guys. So if you liked it, click like. If you want to share, hit share. Comment down below, and subscribe for upcoming videos. Okay, guys, see you later.